You've probably heard this many times. Make your offer clear, build a great product, create a good-looking website. But the truth is, none of that really matters if you don't have clients. At the end of the day, no clients means no business. And this is exactly where most people get stuck. They spend weeks building something, working on their branding, designing everything perfectly, and then nothing happens. No messages, no sale, no clients. And they start to doubt themselves. Maybe the product isn't good enough. Maybe business just isn't for them. But that's not the real problem. The real problem is simple. They don't know how to find clients. In this video, I'm not going to repeat the same basic advice you hear everywhere. I'm not going to tell you to fix your offer, pick a niche, or improve your branding. You've already heard all of that. Instead, I'm going to show you practical, real methods to actually find clients. These are the same methods used by agencies and experts. Methods you can use to reach real people and get your first customer even if you're starting from zero. We'll cover where to find clients, how to approach them, and how to turn them into paying customers. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear, step-by-step understanding of how to find clients for any business. Let's begin. There are several ways to find clients, but we can divide them into two main groups: methods that deliver results quickly, and methods that take more time to show results. Let's start with the fast method. Methods that give instant or quick results are paid advertising, cold outreach. Now, let's look at the long-term method. Methods that take time, but build strong, long-term results are personal branding, Google SEO, freelance, and business platforms. Later in this video, we'll go step by step into each of these methods, so you'll know exactly how to use them for your business. Now, let's talk about the methods that can give you fast or instant results. If you're starting from zero and you want to get clients as quickly as possible, these are the methods you should focus on. But before we go into the method, there's something very important you need to understand. Most people will tell you things like, make your offer strong, build a portfolio, improve your branding. And yes, those things do matter. But believe it or not, none of that will matter if you don't know how to find clients, how to reach them, and how to actually close the deal. That's the real game. Most people just learn a skill and then write things like full stack developer, 10 years of experience. But in reality, that means nothing, because clients don't come just because you have a skill or a product. They come when you know how to get in front of them and how to sell your service or product. And that's exactly what these methods help you do. The first method, and my personal favorite, is paid advertising. This means running ads on platforms like Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. With these platforms, you can directly reach people who are already interested in what you offer. You're not waiting for clients to come to you. You're going directly to them. But here's where most beginners make a mistake. They think ads alone will bring sales. That's not how it works. To make ads actually work, you need something called a funnel. A funnel is simply the journey a person takes from seeing your ad to becoming your client. Let me break it down simply. Someone sees your website design service ad. They click on it. They land somewhere, maybe a landing page or your DM. You give them value or present an offer, and then they become your client. Now let's take another example. Let's say you're selling a product or doing drop shipping. Your ad could say something like, struggling with neck pain? This ergonomic pillow can improve your sleep in just 7 days. Now when someone sees this, they're already interested. They click the ad and they land on your product page. On that page, you show the problem, the solution, your product, reviews or proof, and a clear call to action. And then they buy. That's also a funnel. Customer sees ad, clicks on ad, lands on product page, and purchases the product. Same concept, different business. That's a funnel. For example, if you're offering social media services, your ad could say, struggling to get engagement on Instagram? I'll audit your page for free. Now, when someone clicks, you don't immediately try to sell. You bring them into your funnel. Maybe they land on a simple landing page, or they message you directly. You give them a quick audit, show them what's wrong, and then present your service as the solution. This is how ads actually convert, not by forcing a sale, but by guiding someone step by step. And the better your funnel is, the better your results will be. If I summarize all of this in one line, so that will be, you need to generate quality leads so you can successfully sell your services or products. Now let's move to the second method, cold outreach. This is one of the simplest, but working method to get clients faster. Cold outreach means you directly contact people who can benefit from your service. You don't wait. You go and find clients yourself. For example, if you provide social media management service, you can go on Instagram and find small businesses. Check their profile and look for problems. Low engagement, weak content, no clear strategy, and then you reach out. But here's the biggest mistake people make. When it comes to cold outreach, they try it once, maybe send a few messages, and when they don't get reply, they stop. They get demotivated, or they send random messages without any real effort and expect results. And when nothing happens, they think cold outreach doesn't work. But that's not the problem. The problem is how they're doing it. Cold outreach is not about sending one or two messages. It's about consistency. It's about sending messages every single day, testing what works, and improving your approach. And another big mistake, people don't follow up. They send one message, get no reply, and move on. But in reality, most clients don't reply the first time. Sometimes it takes a second message or even a third follow-up. That's where most people lose opportunity. If you want results, you need to stay consistent and you need to follow up properly. At the same time, your message still needs to be good. It should feel real, not copy, short, clear, and focused on value. Because at the end of the day, cold outreach is a numbers game, but it's also a quality game. The more people you reach, and the better your message is, the higher your chances of getting clients. And just like ads, cold outreach also has a funnel. It's just simpler. You send a message, they reply. You give value. You build trust. And then you offer your service. No website needed. No complicated setup. Just conversation, trust, and conversion. So if you want fast results, you can start with paid ads if you can invest money, or cold outreach if you can invest time. And the best strategy, if possible, combine both. Run ads to bring people into your funnel and use outreach to connect with potential clients directly. This way, you're not depending on just one source. More reach, more conversation, more chances to get clients. And one more thing you need to understand. These methods that I just showed you, these are not theory. These are real methods that actual agencies use. This is what I personally use. And this is exactly what every successful freelancer, every agency owner, and every serious product seller is using right now. No one is sitting and waiting for clients to magically come. They are running ads. They are doing outreach. And they are building systems to bring clients consistently. If you were thinking there's a secret method out there, believe me, there is no secret method. Now, let's talk about the methods that take time, but build a long-term, consistent source of client. Now, let's talk about one of the most important long-term methods, and that is personal branding. Personal branding is simply about building your presence so people know who you are, what you do, and why they should trust you. It's not about being famous. It's about being known in your space. Now, here's something interesting. There are many people who get clients consistently, but their personal branding is almost zero. For example, freelancers on platform, they get clients. They make money, but they are completely dependent on that platform. If something changes or their account gets affected, their entire business can slow down because they don't have their own audience. They don't have people who know them outside that platform. And that's where personal branding changes everything. When you start building your presence, even slowly, people begin to recognize you. They start seeing your content, your ideas, your work, and over time, this builds trust. So instead of always chasing clients, you create a situation where sometimes clients start coming to you. It doesn't happen overnight. In the beginning, you might post and get no views, no like, no engagement, but that's normal because personal branding is not about instant results. It's about consistency. Even if you share small things, like what you're learning, what you're working on, or simple tips, it adds up over time and slowly. You build authority. And in my opinion, no matter what you're doing, whether you're running ads, doing cold outreach, or getting clients from platforms, you should still build some level of personal branding. It doesn't have to be complicated. It can be as simple as starting an Instagram account or a YouTube channel and posting consistently. Because at the end of the day, platforms can change. Ads can stop working. But if people know you and trust you, that becomes your biggest asset. second way is Google SEO. SEO simply means showing up on Google. When people search for something on Google, for example, if someone searches best social media marketer or logo designer near me and your profile or your website appears there, those are high quality clients because they are not just scrolling, they are actively looking for a solution. That means they already have a problem and they are ready to pay to fix it. And that's what makes SEO so powerful. You're not chasing clients. Clients are searching and finding you. But in my opinion, SEO actually becomes difficult when it comes to competing with businesses that use the same keyword, because you're not the only one trying to rank. There are already thousands of people, websites, and businesses competing for the same keyword. And Google doesn't just rank anyone. You need proper content, consistency, and time. Sometimes it takes weeks, and in many cases even months, to start seeing real results. And that's why most people quit early. They try for a few days, see no result, and give up. But the people who stay consistent, they start seeing something very powerful. They start getting clients without running ads and without doing outreach every day. Because once you start ranking, you can get traffic again and again without paying for it. And that's the real advantage. So even if you're focusing on fast methods right now, in my opinion, you should still work on SEO in the background, because this is what builds long-term stability. At the start, it feels slow, but once it starts working, it can become one of your strongest sources of clients. Now let's move to the third method, and that is freelance and business platforms. Platforms like Fiverr, Upwork, or similar marketplaces where clients are already searching for services or for products. There are platforms like Amazon and eBay, or for real estate agents, Realtor.com, or blah, blah, blah. Now, honestly, in my opinion, these platforms are very competitive and frustrating. There are thousands of people offering the same services, often at very low prices. And as a beginner, it can be frustrating. You apply for jobs, you create gigs, and still, you don't get results quickly. That's the reality. And personally, this is not my favorite method, because you're competing with too many people and you don't have full control. And there's another important thing. On these platforms, you don't really build personal branding. Clients know your profile, not you as a person. They trust the platform, not your identity outside of it. So even if you get clients, you're still dependent on the platform. If something changes, your results can drop. In my opinion, use these platforms, but don't rely on them completely. But instead of depending completely on these platforms, there's one platform I would actually recommend focusing on, and it's LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is different. It's not just a marketplace. It's a professional network. Here you can do outreach, build personal branding, and connect directly with business owners, which means you're not just competing, you're positioning yourself, and that makes a big difference. So overall, platforms can help you start, but real growth happens when you build your own presence and your own system. There's probably one question going on in your mind. You might be thinking, if someone has a skill, for example, a web developer, then how is that person supposed to get clients? Through marketing or paid ads? Because running ads, building funnel, generating leads, these are completely different skills, but that's not true. The solution is simple. You don't need to master everything at once. You can start with simple outreach, or boost ad, or even platform. And as your business gets work and the clients are consistently coming, you can hire someone for that, because at the end of the day, getting clients is a skill, just like any other. And the sooner you start, the faster you improve. Now, at this point, you have a clear understanding of how to actually find clients, not just theory, but real methods that you can apply. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you want more practical content like this, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.